This is a flat cabinet that's roughly 3 feet and 6 inches deep. It has vents on the top, small glass doors on the front, and a canister on the side attached to internal piping. The manufacturer plate is hard to find information on. What is it? This looks like a vintage incubator for eggs. An incubator is a device used to artificially incubate eggs by keeping them at a constant temperature and humidity, allowing them to hatch without a mother bird. This cabinet would have had a heat source, perhaps a kerosene lamp or an early electric element. The canister on the side and the internal piping would have been part of a system for maintaining humidity. The glass doors would allow the eggs to be observed without opening the cabinet and disturbing the environment. It's a piece of old poultry farming equipment. Found while organizing cabinets, these are made of glass, with roughly a 4-inch diameter opening, shaped like a bell, and a very small flat area on the top. One is significantly heavier than the other. What are they? This is part of a 2-piece shrimp cocktail cup. The complete set consists of a large, wide-mouthed bowl or glass, and this smaller, bell-shaped insert. The larger bowl would be filled with crushed ice. This insert would then be placed in the center, nestled in the ice. The cocktail sauce would be put in the insert, and cooked shrimp would be hooked over the rim of the main bowl, resting on the ice. This keeps both the shrimp and the sauce perfectly chilled for serving. You have the insert part, you're just missing the main bowl. Bought an old house in Austria and found this long antenna-like object with a brass top in the attic. There are some cables poking out, and the bottom seems to be for attaching to something. What is it? I think it's a lightning rod. A lightning rod, also known as a lightning conductor, is a metal rod that is mounted on top of a building and is connected to the ground by a heavy gauge wire, the cables poking out. Its purpose is to protect the structure from a direct lightning strike. If lightning strikes the building, it will preferentially strike the rod, and the massive electrical current will be safely conducted down the wire to the ground, preventing a fire or damage to the building. The pointed brass top is a classic feature of these systems. What are these small, transparent plastic pieces? They were found with some IKEA patrol corner protectors, but don't seem to be related. Found it. These are the feet for the IKEA KUPOL series of plastic storage drawers, which appear to have been discontinued. The KUPOL line was a modular system of stackable, translucent plastic drawers. These small, clear plastic pieces would have been the feet that snapped onto the bottom of the lowest drawer unit in a stack to provide stability and prevent it from scratching the floor. They are a very specific part from a very specific, and now vintage, IKEA product line. This is a silver ornate item with 2 decorative pieces connected by 2 circles and a hook thing. There are 2 identical ones. They were picked up thrifting. What are they? I think this is a wall-hanging bud vase, but it's missing its glass vase. The ornate, silver-plated frame is the holder. The hook at the top is for hanging it on the wall. A small, often test tube-shaped glass vase for a single flower stem, a bud, would have been inserted into the 2 circles, which would have held it in place. The fact that the feet aren't steady supports this, as they are meant to lay flat against the wall. The link shows similar wall-hanging vases. Anyone know what this bronze bird is? It's 5 inches long and has MMA-AK inscribed on it. It was found in an auction lot. This is a museum reproduction of a Christian hanging tabernacle known as a Peristerium. The MMA inscription stands for the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The original would have been a hollow dove-shaped container used in Eastern or Byzantine liturgical practice to hold the consecrated bread and wine of the Holy Eucharist. It would have been suspended by a chain over the altar table. This is a high-quality replica of one of these historical religious artifacts sold in the museum's gift shop. The AK might be the artist's initials. This ozone Chopsticks vapor device was found on the street in Manhattan. It seemed broken and was missing several parts. The finder touched it and wants to know if it's dangerous. After a quick Google, it looks like this is a professional facial steamer, the kind used by estheticians in spas and salons. The device heats water to produce a steady stream of steam, which is directed onto a client's face. This helps to open up the pores, making it easier to perform extractions and other facial treatments. Some models also have an ozone function, which is claimed to have an antibacterial effect. While not inherently dangerous, it is a piece of commercial beauty equipment. This is a metal attachment that holds cylindrical objects and has a rotating attachment on top. It's very heavy. What is it for? What diameter is the cylindrical clamp? This might be for attaching to scaffolding as a fixing point for a hoist. Scaffolding is built from standard-sized metal tubes. This heavy-duty clamp would be used to securely attach to one of those vertical or horizontal scaffold poles. The rotating attachment point on top would then be used to hang a pulley or a small electric hoist, allowing construction workers to lift tools and materials up to the level they are working on. It's a piece of heavy-duty construction rigging. Settle an argument. Are these ball bearings, musket balls, or something else? They are fairly heavy, rusted metal spheres with a center seam about the size of a blueberry. They were uncovered after heavy rain in the Sonoran Desert. They are not musket balls, as those would be lead and wouldn't rust. They are not ball bearings, as those would be virtually perfect spheres without a seam. These are likely small mill balls. A ball mill is a machine used for grinding ore in mining operations. It's a rotating drum filled with these hard, heavy steel balls. As the drum turns, the balls crush the ore into a fine powder. The seam is from the casting process when the balls were made. Their discovery in the Sonoran Desert, an area with a rich mining history, is a perfect fit. Found this silver metal thing in the street near a crosswalk. No idea what it is. What is this common automotive part? This is a lug nut from a car tire. A lug nut is a fastener used to secure a wheel to a vehicle. The threaded part of the lug nut screws onto the wheel studs, and the tapered or rounded seat of the nut centers the wheel and clamps it firmly to the hub. They can sometimes come loose and fall off if they were not tightened properly after a tire change, which is likely how this one ended up in the street. This small metal thing was found in the back seat of a car. It's about 1 inch tall, lightweight, and metal. What could it be? Without a clearer picture or more description, this is a tough one. A small, lightweight metal object found in a car could be almost anything. It could be a component from a child's toy, a piece of hardware that has fallen off some luggage or a bag, a broken part of a keychain, a piece of trim from the car's interior that has come loose, or even something that was tracked in on someone's shoe. My dog picked up this small, soft brown cube in the neighbor's yard. It has black text on top and a cloudy gel interior with what looks like a silica packet lodged inside. It smells sort of dog food-esque. Is it poison? It's an oral rabies vaccine for wildlife. This is part of a public health program to control the spread of rabies in wild animal populations, particularly raccoons, foxes, and coyotes. The brown, crumbly cube is a fishmeal-based bait that is attractive to these animals. Inside the bait is a small plastic packet, the silica packet, containing the liquid rabies vaccine. When an animal bites into the bait, it punctures the packet and ingests the vaccine. While not intended for domestic dogs, they are not harmful if ingested, but it's always a good idea to check with your vet. What are these white color strips? They come off when the bed is hit lightly. The commenter is very concerned. It kind of looks like fiberglass. The commenter warns to be very careful. Some inexpensive mattresses, especially memory foam ones, use a layer of fiberglass fabric just under the outer cover as a fire retardant, as it is cheaper than using chemically treated fire retardant fabrics. If the outer cover of the mattress is removed or develops a hole, these tiny sharp glass fibers can escape and contaminate the entire room, bedding, and clothes. They are extremely irritating to the skin and lungs and are incredibly difficult to clean up. This is a serious issue. This is a heavy metal, hand-cranked gizmo with a really large gear ratio that spins 3 metal discs. It was found in a late father-in-law's office. The crank winds a spring, and it'll spin for more than a minute. What is it? It's the motor from a Gramophone, or a Victrola. This is the spring-wound clockwork motor that was used to spin the turntable on an antique acoustic record player from the early 20th century. The user would wind it up using the hand crank. A governor mechanism with spinning weights would ensure the turntable rotated at a consistent speed, usually 78 RPM. The three metal discs might be part of this governor or the main platter assembly. It's the heart of a vintage record player. This tiny, tiny post with a black tip was found in the floor of a living room. The post part is metal and the tip looks like plastic. What is this minuscule mechanical component? This looks exactly like the Detent plunger thing from inside a small toggle switch. A toggle switch has a mechanism inside that gives it its characteristic snap action and holds the lever in the on or off position. This often involves a small spring-loaded plunger or detent like this one, which engages with the internal parts of the switch. This is a tiny internal component that has likely fallen out of a broken switch on a lamp, a piece of electronics, or another small device. Found in a craft sewing supply stash, this is a white, semi-flexible spiral spring with a small gray ball stuck in one end and two circles on the other. The finder knows what it looks like, but what is it actually for? Could it be for strengthening one's grip? This looks like a type of hand and finger exercise tool. The user would put two fingers through the loops on the bottom, place the gray ball in the palm of their hand, and then squeeze, compressing the spring. This would provide resistance for strengthening the muscles in the hand and fingers. It's a simple piece of physical therapy or exercise equipment. Its presence in a craft stash is a bit of a mystery, but perhaps the previous owner used it to combat hand fatigue from crafting. This red plastic item has turnable, numbered wheels and metal clips. Google image search suggested it was for budgeting, but it does not have coin denominations. What is it? This looks like a mileage reminder for oil changes and other car maintenance. The clips on the back would be for attaching it to the car's sun visor. After getting an oil change, the mechanic or the driver would turn the numbered wheels to display the mileage at which the next service is due. It's a simple, mechanical, and reusable alternative to the little static cling sticker that is often placed on the windshield. It's a handy little gadget for keeping track of a car's maintenance schedule. This 1-inch, oval-shaped, gray rubber seal was found in the bottom of a GE dishwasher. The lower rack hasn't been getting as clean lately, so the finder thinks this could be the culprit. This is the seal to your Nutribullet drink lid, or the lid of a similar personal blender or travel mug. These lids have a rubber or silicone gasket that fits into a groove to create a leak-proof seal. This one has likely fallen out of the lid during the wash cycle. While its presence in the bottom of the dishwasher could potentially interfere with the spray arm and affect cleaning performance, the more immediate problem is that without this seal, your Nutribullet lid will no longer be leak-proof. This is a big furnace-like thing, taller than 6'5", found next to an abandoned old Danish farm. The lower part is stone, the top is red bricks. There is an opening at the top. Theories include pizza oven, well, or rainwater container. What is it? This is an old lime kiln. Lime, calcium oxide, is a fundamental material used for making mortar and plaster for construction and also for conditioning agricultural soils. To produce it, limestone or chalk, calcium carbonate, is heated to a very high temperature in a kiln like this one. The limestone would be layered with fuel, like wood or coal, inside the kiln and then fired. This process drives off carbon dioxide, leaving behind the caustic quicklime. These old kilns are a common historical industrial feature in areas with limestone deposits, like parts of Denmark. This is a small plastic jack of some sort, with CB31 written on it. It's been floating around a car for years. What is it? This is an interchangeable tip from a universal power supply, or AC adapter. Universal power adapters come with a set of these different sized tips to allow them to be used with a huge variety of different electronic devices that have different power jack sizes. You would select the tip that fits your device and plug it onto the end of the adapter's cord. This one has likely been separated from the power adapter it came with and was just left loose in the car. CB31 would be the model number of this specific tip size. Bought a house and found two of these identical light gray electronic boxes clipped onto the back of a bathroom drawer. They have an on-off switch, about 6,808 batteries inside, and a DC power connector. They are turned on. What are they? A similar item was identified as being for drawer lights. This is a battery power pack for an LED lighting strip that would have been installed inside the drawer. When the drawer is opened, a switch, which might be missing or part of a separate mechanism, would turn on the lights, illuminating the contents of the drawer. These battery-powered systems are an easy way to add lighting to cabinets and drawers without having to do any complex electrical wiring. The DC connector might be for an optional AC adapter. These metal rods were found in a sewing box that has been untouched for 15 years. They are 4 centimeters long and solid. There are 4 solid ones, 1 hollow one, and 1 short one. Are they related to the sewing machine? Yes, these are spool pins for a sewing machine. The main, longer pins are the ones that you place the spool of thread onto at the top of the sewing machine. The machine might have had sockets for multiple spool pins for sewing with a twin needle or for winding a bobbin while another spool is in use. The hollow one might be an auxiliary spool pin that fits onto the bobbin, winder spindle. The short one could be for a smaller spool or another specific function. They are essential parts of the machine. Found at a cabin, there were several of these. ChatGPT and Apple Intelligence came back with a glass cutter and a knife sharpener. What is this file in a storage casing? This is a chainsaw chain sharpener. It is a guide that helps you to sharpen the individual cutting teeth of a chainsaw chain with a round file. The metal plate has angled lines on it. You would lay this guide over the chain, aligning the lines with the angle of the chain, and it would hold the round file at the correct height and angle to properly sharpen each cutter. It is an essential tool for anyone who uses a chainsaw, ensuring the chain stays sharp for efficient and safe cutting. Found on a doormat, the black end in the center was moving. What is this strange creature? Google results tell me this is a hammerhead flatworm. These are a distinctive group of terrestrial flatworms known for their spade-shaped or hammer head. They are predatory, feeding on earthworms, slugs, and other invertebrates. They are also an invasive species in many parts of the world. A fascinating, if somewhat unsettling, feature is their ability to reproduce by fragmentation. If you cut one into pieces, each piece can regenerate into a full worm. They are a unique and slightly creepy garden dweller. Found in the mud at a picnic spot in Sedona, Arizona, this is a coin-like object. A coin app and Google searches didn't help. What is it? Someone else found one in New York. It's likely a game-related piece or a token. Its design is not that of any official currency. It could be a token from a board game, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, a collectible trading game, or a souvenir token from a specific event or location. Without a clear image of the symbols on it, a precise identification is difficult, but it is almost certainly a piece of exonumia, a numismatic-like item that is not legal tender. These came with a PS5 console, but the owner doesn't know where they go. What are they for? They are the feet for the new, slimmer model of the PS5, used when you set the console down horizontally instead of standing it up vertically. The PS5 Slim has a curved design. To make it sit stably on its side, you need to clip these 2 small, clear plastic feet onto the side of the console. They provide a flat, stable base, preventing the console from rocking and ensuring it has proper airflow. They are a small but essential part of the console's included hardware. Papa John's. I bit into this while eating Papa John's chicken parm bites. What is it? That looks like a drill bit. Specifically, it appears to be a small, broken drill bit, likely from a piece of machinery used in the food processing plant where the chicken bites were made. Food production lines involve a lot of complex machinery with many small parts like screws and bits. It seems this one broke off, fell into the food product, and was missed by quality control and metal detectors. This is a serious and dangerous contamination incident that should be reported to the company and the food safety authorities immediately. This small plastic packet with a transparent liquid and a miniature brush came along with a screen protector ordered online. The QR code doesn't help. What is it for? The Google translation of the likely text reveals its purpose. This is white edge filler. When you apply a tempered glass screen protector to a phone, sometimes the edges don't adhere perfectly, leaving a small air-filled gap that looks like a white edge. This liquid, which is a type of non-corrosive oil, is applied along this edge with a small brush. It flows into the tiny gap via capillary action, displacing the air and making the white edge invisible. thus providing a cleaner and more seamless look to the installation. What is this three-legged stool with a handle that has a hole in it? This is a milking stool, though it is likely a modern replica. A traditional milking stool has 3 legs, which makes it stable on the uneven ground of a barn floor. They are also low to the ground, placing the farmer at the correct height for milking a cow by hand. The handle is a key feature. It makes the stool easy to pick up and carry with one hand, from cow to cow, down the line in the milking parlor. The hole in the handle is often for hanging the stool on a hook when not in use. This is a 15 centimeters tall, white, mushroom-shaped scientific instrument with a bare circuit board stem buried in the ground. It was found next to a mountain path in La Palma, Spain. What is it? This is a moisture sensor, similar to the Trubner SMT100 model shown in the link. These are scientific-grade sensors used to measure the moisture content and temperature of the soil. They are used in agriculture, hydrology, and environmental science, for irrigation management, and for studying soil conditions. The mushroom cap is the housing for the electronics, and the stem with the circuit board is the probe that is inserted into the ground. The data it collects would be read by a connected data logger. This white tan knob with a hole in it is in front of a sink. The house is being remodeled. What was it for? Did the hole used to have a ring in it? This is likely the wall mount for a towel holder ring. Many bathroom towel holders consist of a decorative base that is mounted to the wall and a metal or plastic ring that hangs from this base. The towel is then draped through the ring. This is just the base part. The ring itself has been lost or removed. It's a very common style of hand towel holder for a bathroom or a powder room. This lightweight aluminum rack of some sort was found in a garage. It has bushings at the part near the top, so maybe it pivots on something. Google Lens hasn't been helpful. What is it? This is a CoverMate Freestyle hot tub cover lifter. A hot tub cover is large, heavy, and awkward to remove and replace. A cover lifter is a mechanical device that makes this process much easier. This aluminum frame would be mounted to the side of the hot tub. The cover would be attached to it, and the pivot mechanism, where the bushings are, would allow the user to easily fold the cover back and swing it out of the way, off the hot tub, with minimal effort. This metal thing was found inside a garage. It has a hand crank that rotates and a screw at the center. What is it? This is a dispenser for heavy-duty hand cleaner. Hand cleaner used to be available in big cans that would fit in this contraption. The can of paste-like, gritty hand cleaner, like the Gojo brand, would be placed in the dispenser. Pulling the handle would operate a mechanism that would push up a plate at the bottom of the can, forcing a big gob of hand cleaner out of the top. These were very popular in industrial settings, auto shops, and factories, providing an easy way for workers to dispense hand cleaner without contaminating the whole can. This is a pair of flat metal sticks that taper into a blunt point. They were found when helping a friend clean her room. They are roughly 21.5 centimeters in length and 2 millimeters thick. They are too thin and flat to be standard chopsticks. What are they? These are Korean chopsticks, while Chinese and Japanese chopsticks are typically round or square and made of wood, bamboo, or plastic. Traditional Korean chopsticks, sujeo, when paired with a spoon, are unique in that they are often made of metal, like stainless steel or silver, and have a flat, rectangular profile. Their shape and material can take some getting used to for those accustomed to other styles, but they are the standard type of chopstick used in Korean cuisine. It was found in a mom's car near the pedals. It looks like a storage device, like a USB flash drive, but has an on-off switch. She's afraid it could be a surveillance GPS. What is it? It's a digital voice recorder. The link on Amazon shows very similar devices. These are small, discrete audio recorders, often with a very long battery life, designed for recording conversations, lectures, or personal notes. They are often voice-activated. While they can be used for covert surveillance, bugging, it is not a GPS tracker. Its presence near the pedals is concerning, as it could have been placed there to secretly record conversations in the car. This is a 3-pronged plastic disc with an adhesive back. What is this music-related accessory? This is a 45 RPM record center adapter. In the world of vinyl records, full-length albums, LPs, are typically 12 inches in diameter and have a small, standard-sized hole in the middle. However, 7-inch single records, which play at 45 RPM, have a large 1.5-inch hole in the center. To play a 45 on a standard turntable, you need an adapter like this one. You would stick this adapter onto your turntable spindle, and the 3 prongs would center the large hole of the 45 record, allowing it to play correctly. My mom was going through her jewelry and asked what this symbol means. Any help? The symbol in the image is the Om, or Aum symbol. It is a sacred sound and a deeply spiritual icon in several major Eastern religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. It is often chanted at the beginning and end of prayers and during meditation. The symbol represents the entirety of the universe and is believed to be the primordial sound from which all other sounds and all of creation emerged. Each part of the symbol's visual form represents a different state of consciousness, from the waking state to the ultimate goal of pure consciousness. It is a powerful and profound symbol. Found on the beach in San Diego, the finder has no clue what it is. The beach was covered with them. What are these small, blue, sail-like marine creatures? These are Velella, more commonly known as by-the-wind sailors. They are a type of free-floating hydrozoan related to jellyfish. The main body is a small, flat, oval disc, which is typically blue. On top of this disc is a small, stiff, triangular sail. These creatures live on the surface of the open ocean and are propelled by the wind acting on their sail. Periodically, strong onshore winds will blow massive numbers of them onto beaches, where they wash up and die, sometimes forming a thick blue line along the shore. Normal or regular? What is the difference between these two settings on my dryer? On many clothes dryers, normal and regular refer to two different types of drying cycles. The normal cycle is typically a time-based or sensor-based cycle with a medium to high heat setting, suitable for everyday cottons and mixed fabrics. The regular cycle, on the other hand, is often synonymous with the permanent press or perm press cycle. This cycle uses a medium heat and is followed by a cool-down period at the end, which helps to prevent wrinkles from setting into synthetic fabrics and blends. This large, axially symmetric wooden thing was found in a late grandfather's woodshop shed. It has a not super polished finish. What is this woodworking project or kitchen tool? This is the inner part of a tomato press or a food mill. The complete device would have an outer cone-shaped metal stand with small holes in it. You would put cooked tomatoes or other soft fruits into this metal cone. You then insert this wooden pestle or roller and turn it, pressing the fruit against the sides of the metal sieve. This action forces the juice and pulp through the small holes, while the seeds and skins are retained inside the cone. It's a classic tool for making tomato sauce or fruit purees. Watching an old Mythbusters episode, the finder was wondering what that wire is on the back of the receiver of an old telephone. What is it? That is a device for recording a phone conversation onto a cassette recorder. It's an induction pickup microphone. The suction cup on the end is attached to the earpiece of the telephone handset. It doesn't pick up the sound from the air, but rather it picks up the weak magnetic field generated by the speaker in the earpiece. The other end of the wire plugs into the microphone input of a cassette recorder. This was a common way for reporters, or anyone needing to record a phone call to do so, before digital recording became easy. I inherited this tool from my grandfather, who had a woodworking shop. It has diameters and threading inside the circles. The thumb screws spread the two bars. What is it used for? This is a flaring tool for metal tubing. Despite being found at a woodworking shop, this is a tool for plumbing or automotive work. It is used to create a flare on the end of a piece of soft metal tubing, like copper or aluminum brake lines or plumbing pipes. You would clamp the tube into the appropriate sized hole in the main bar. Then, you would use the screw-driven, cone-shaped part, the yoke, to press into the end of the tube, which forces it outwards to create a 45-degree flared end. This flare is what allows a flare nut to create a leak-proof seal when connected to a fitting. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.